Hello guys, there's a market situation on step index and I would want us to analyze the market together. I would want us to have a top-down analysis on this index, and I'm currently on a sell trade. I took a sell trade at this point. So what's my reasons of selling this index? We'll be looking into all of that in today's video. So watch to the end of this video and don't skip any part of this video. So you can see on the weekly time frame on step index that the market has been on a long-term downtrend. I always emphasize on going to a higher time frame whenever I want to analyze the market. I always emphasize on starting from a higher time frame whenever you want to look at for trade opportunities. It can be the weekly time frame, it can be the daily time frame, it can be the monthly time frame, right? In these three time frames, you can start from any of them, but always start from the higher time frame. So right now you're on the weekly time frame on step index, or let's check the monthly time frame if need may be. Right, so on the monthly time frame on step index, you can see the overall market direction. You can see the market heading to the downside. Once we identify the overall market direction on the higher time frame, what should be our general view on the market is that market direction. We should be looking out for more of sell opportunities on that index. Our focus should be more on the sell side of the market because we've seen the overall market direction. We've seen the market has been heading to the downside, trading to the downside basically. So on the monthly time frame on step index, we had the two major highs and lows on this index. The lows at this point basically, the lows at this point, right? Yeah, so you can see that step index is currently reacting on the lows, the last lows it formed at this zone. And when we check when this lows was formed, you can tell this lows was formed months ago. Would say it was formed last year basically. This is roughly 1 year of the market forming this lows. So it was formed on the 21st of June, right? You can see it down below. You can see it right here. It was formed on the 1st of June to July 2022. This is roughly 1 year of the market forming these lows we got at this zone. And currently the market revisited these same lows. Remember, on the monthly time frame on step index, so each of these candlesticks forms in a month. It takes 4 weeks for each of these candlesticks to form, right? So you can tell that the market has revisited these lows it formed a year ago, right? So these candlesticks formed in a month, no matter how small they look or they may appear to be, like this candlestick we got at this zone, this little candlestick we got at this point took 4 weeks to form, right? This is a monthly time frame. This particular candlestick took 4 weeks to form. This one here 4 weeks, the same thing here 4 weeks. So each of these candlesticks formed in a month. So currently we're in the month of September 2023. So the candlestick that is forming currently is this one, and we are left with a week, roughly 1 week, for this particular candlestick to close. How a candlestick close matters a lot, right? How a candlestick close matters a lot because we've seen this candlestick formation here, the close of it's closed in a bearish engulfing candle, right? So this bearish engulfing candle oriented the sales we are seeing at this point, would say. So that's it for the monthly time frame on step index. We have seen the overall market direction. We can tell the market is trending to the downside in a downtrend basically, creating lower highs and lower lows. And what are these lower highs and lower lows? They are basically the directional market structure. Like we got at this point, we got a high formation here, we got another high at this zone, but a lower high, right? We are getting series of lower highs and lower lows, and this series of lower highs and lower lows is giving the market a downward direction. We got another high at this point, a lower high, and we got the last high at this zone, a lower high. We got a low at this point basically. We got a low here, right? We got another low at this point, a lower low, and we got another low here too, a lower low. And this series of lower highs and lower lows, like I said earlier on, is giving the market a downward direction, and it's clearly seen at this point. That was a visible stuff on the higher time frame if I want to analyze the market. So what is the market situation basically on step index? Are we to expect a break of these lows, right? Are we to expect a break of these lows or a reversal from these current lows back to the upside? So we're looking into all of that in today's video. We're having a top-down analysis on this index basically. So let's go to the next time frame, that's the weekly time frame, to have a weekly view on this index, a weekly time frame view on this index for clearer analysis. So coming to the weekly time frame on step index, coming to the weekly time frame, we can tell that the market has been on a downtrend. It's clearly seen at this point basically, and at this zone there was a formation that looks like a break of trend. We can tell that there was a break of trend at this point, right? But this last lower highs the market from, this last lower highs the market from, the market failed to break and close above these lower highs. Quite all right, there was a break at this point, there was a break out of this trend basically, but the market has failed to close above these last lower highs, giving us a new lower highs phase which we got at this zone. So even after getting a break of this downtrend, markets pushed up a little bit here. There was a little bullish move at this point. We got this little bullish move at this zone. Market was creating higher lows as well. Right, let's identify this clearly. Market was creating higher lows at this point as well. Right, so after these higher lows, the market still continued its downtrend, creating lower lows again, creating lower lows and lower highs at this point again. So the market is technically in a downtrend generally, right? The market is generally in a downtrend still. You know, even after getting this little breakout here, it still failed to close above these major lows, these major highs, these major lower highs at this point, right? So the market is still in a downtrend, we can tell, creating lower highs and lower lows. So we're likely to get a break of this level. We're likely to get a break of this formed level at this zone, because here we got a formation that looks bearish basically. Let's identify this structure properly. This is the previous downtrend, and we are still in a downtrend basically. We are still in a downtrend here. So at this point, we got a formation that looks very bearish, you know, that looks bearish. Reversal pattern formation, a bearish reversal pattern formation. The market formed a head and shoulders pattern at this zone. You can see this clearly when we identify this pattern formation. So we got the left shoulder at this point. Let's change the color of this. Let's change the color of this and make this specific, right? So let's just fill it up. Let's fill it up, then change the color to green, right? It should look more, yeah. So we got the lows at this point. We got the lows, or let's change this to blue. Blue will look more specific and clear, right? So yeah, we got the left shoulder at this point. We got the head at this zone, and there's something about reversal pattern formations. Reversal pattern formations, they are market structures, like they are market formations that indicates a change in direction. Like whenever we want to get a change in market direction, whenever the market wants to shift from a downtrend to an uptrend, or from an uptrend to a downtrend, we tend to get these pattern formations on the charts. You know, they're like natural market signals, you know, for price action traders who understand price action properly, to identify these structures on the chart whenever the market forms it, right? So we got this head and shoulders pattern formation at this zone, and we got the neckline at this level. We got the neckline of this pattern formation at this point. Let's change the color of this again to differentiate it from what we identified earlier, right? So let's make it lighter. So we got the neckline at this zone, because on every reversal pattern formation we always have a neckline. There's what we call the neckline of a pattern formation. This neckline is like the origin of that pattern formation, right? So this pattern formation started forming at this zone. So at this point where it started forming is called the neckline, right? So we can tell that this level was a key level of support. We can call it a support level as well, but it's basically called a neckline, right? So you can see that the market bought from this level. We got the buys from this zone as a support at this same level. Got this little move. The market still bought from as a support before it got broken finally at this level. So we can tell that the market is trading below a key level of support, below the neckline of this pattern formation. So we're likely to get a little move to the upside in the coming days and weeks. In the coming days, basically, on step index, likely to get a test of this neckline for more sales on step index. The sell trade I took basically is just a short-term trade. I'm expecting a short-term sell on step index before these short buys at this level. So I just short step index with a lower lot size. You guys can see 0.2 lot. So I'm on a sell trade basically. I'm expecting short-term sales on step index to a particular level before we can get these little buys to the upside to come test this neckline, this pattern formation neckline. So if you can get a test of this neckline, we're likely to get the market break below these lows we identified at this point. So that's my market analysis basically on the weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily time frame to have a clear view as well on this index. So on the daily time frame on step index, we can tell that the market is in a clear downtrend, as we've seen here. Market is in a clear downtrend. Let's identify this structure too. This current market structure, this daily time frame downtrend. You can tell market is in a downtrend, a clear downtrend. Generally, step index is looking bearish. Market is creating lower highs, series of lower highs and lower lows, heading to the downside. right? So we are likely to get the markets push up to this key level of resistance, and our trend resistance as well at this point, because on trend lines we have our resistance level and we have our trend support level, right, which is at this point. So let's identify this trend resistance level and spot how the market reacted on it when it got to it. So let's change the color of this as well. Let's change the color of these, fill it up and make it red, right? Yeah, it's specific enough right now. So we got the first test on this trend support here. The market sold to the downside. We got the second test at this zone. Market sold to the downside still. We got the third test at this level. Market still sold to the downside the third time. So we got like first sells on the test of this level, the second sells on the test of it, the third sells on the test of it. So we're likely to get the market push up to this same level to still sell from it, because if you can predict that if the market can sell whenever it gets to this trend support, if you can say the market sells whenever it gets to this trend support, we can still say the same thing at this point, that if the market is to push to the upside, we're likely to get a sell at this zone. We're likely to get the market sell from this same level, right? So this is our point of target on step index. This is our point of focus. Let's expect the sells from this trend resistance, and we have our trend support at this point as well. You can tell the market buys whenever it gets to this trend support. We got the buys here. The market bought on this trend support. We got another buys at this zone as well. We got the market buy from this same level too, and we got two buys, basically two major buys on this trend support, right? The market tried to buy from this level but it failed. They tried to test this trend support but it failed. We see the attempts at this point, right? So currently the market is deciding if it's to push to the upside or to the downside to come test this level. So our point of target basically is at this point. Short-term buys expected on step index, but before this buy, I'm expecting the market to sell to a particular level, which you have to see further in this video. So that's the market analysis on step index on daily time frame. So let's go to the next time frame. That's the 4-hour time frame, to have a clear analysis on this index, to have more analysis basically on step index. So coming to the 4-hour time frame on this index, we can tell that the market is in a downtrend still, right? The market is in a downtrend, creating lower highs and lower lows, and we have a key level of resistance which I identified, which I took my sells on. I'm expecting the market to sell from this level to a particular level at this point. I'm expecting the sells to a particular level on step index. So the market is reacting under a level of resistance, as we've seen at this point. This level was once a support and the resistance at this zone. Market sold on the test of this level, broke above it, came back to the same level, bought from it. We got the buys here to the first buys, the second buy, the third buys on this level. We got the market break below this level as a resistance, support broke, returned resistance. The retest on it here, we got this little sells to the downside. Market pushed further inside this key level still. Remember, this is a key level because we got multiple market reaction on it. We got the buys on it, we got the sells on it as well. So the market's pushed inside this level, bought from here as a support, right? Broke below this level, support broke, returned resistance. Support at this zone, let's not forget, broke, returned resistance. Retest on it. Then we got the sells to the downside after this retest. We can see this clearly here. The market sold to the downside, pushed back to this same level of resistance. So currently the market is reacting on a level of resistance, a key level of resistance. So more sells expected, basically. More sells expected on step index in the coming days and hours, right? So sells expected on step index before the buys. Remember, we're expecting the buys still to the upside to contest this key level of resistance, but the sells expected to a certain level. We have a level at this point, a key level of support, which you have to identify. Let's change the color of these. And make it green, right? Let's make it green, lighter green here. It looks good right now. So the market is expected to sell to this level, expecting the sells to this zone, to this key level of support on step index. The sells expected to this level before any buys, and we have a bullish order block still on this level. We have a bullish order block at this point, so I'm expecting the market to sell to this bullish order block before any buy trade. That's why I took the sells at this zone. Firstly, the key level of resistance identified, which the market is reacting on, and secondly, the sells that is expected to this level of support identified, as well as our bullish order block, which you have to identify right now. So let's identify this bullish order block. Let's make these let's open it and make it black, right? So we have a bullish order block at this point on step index. I'm expecting the sells to this level. I'm expecting the market to sell to this zone for possible buys in the coming days and hours on step index. So if the market can sell to this level, or maybe push further, to test our support level which we identified at this point, push further to test our support level, right, we're likely to get the buys in the coming days on step index to come test our key level of resistance identified on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame, to come test this key level of resistance at this point, right? So that's my market analysis. Basically, that's my market view on step index, right? Short-term sales expected. That's why I took these sells, and I'm using a lower lot size on a higher time frame. This is the 4 time frame. Remember, step index can be volatile. It's a volatile index, would say, right? That's why I had my stop loss at this. On this a 4-hour time frame on step index, my stop loss at this level, right? My TP level is at this zone basically, and I'm using a lower lot size, 0.2. The lowest lot size is 0.3 basically. So I'm using a 0.2 lot size shorting step index. Would say it's a long-term sell because we're on a 4-hour time frame. You know, the sell is expected to this level. Maybe the sells is likely to come up today, tomorrow. We have to get the sells to this level before the buys on step index. So that's a market analysis basically. That's my view on this index. We are moving in good profit already. When we entered this trade in the beginning of this video, we are not in profit, but right now the trade is moving in profit. Trade is going our way. So the sell is expected to this level for the buys in the coming days and weeks on step index, right? So that's my market analysis on this index. Hit the like button for more trade reviews like this and more market analysis. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And to my returning viewers, I appreciate your support for getting my videos. It really means a lot, guys. Let's do more and have enough for the peace.